Hi guys, Dr. Jeremy here with Experience Wellness, and I wanted to share a little bit of inspiration that I've been getting from all of these amazing parents in our office over the last couple weeks. You've seen in the title that I said transitions. It's one of the biggest successes that we've been seeing lately in our office is that so many kids are dealing so much better with all of the different transitions that they have in their daily life, whether it's transitions from from waking up in the morning to getting to breakfast, or from mealtime to an activity, or from one activity to another. We have a lot of kids that we see in our office that are in therapy programs, and we're getting reports from their other providers saying they're doing so much better transitioning from one activity to another. And I want to share with you just exactly why that is. Why is it that the kids that are under care at Experience Wellness are seeing so much improvement with having more calm transitions throughout their day? Like I said, it's been happening on all of these reports that we're getting from parents, and so I just wanted to share with you as we transition into this next phase of our year as summer's coming to an end. And so I have this glass here that I want to use as an analogy. So when our bodies are nervous, when our bodies are having too much sensory input and our brains get really busy, we see that a lot with kids that deal with transition issues. It's almost like their brains can't handle moving on from one thing to another. So think about a glass, right? Think about a glass that's already, mostly full. We have this body, we have this brain that's taking all this input. And if our brains are already full of sensory input, of the ability to move on, the ability to process everything that's happening around us, it's going to overflow. And that's what happens with a glass. You can simply only hold this much liquid, and as soon as it overflows, that's it, right? You don't get that back. And that's what happens with so many kids, really adults too, but we have so many kids that they're on sensory overload. There's just too much input coming in. And as soon as you go to transition, their brains can't process that next piece of information and they just lose it. When they get under care in our office, we're able to actually measure the input and the output on their nervous system. We're actually able to measure the energy that's happening within their bodies. And through specific adjustments, we're able to almost like open the spigot on the bottom of the cup. We're able to open the spigot on the energy with our nervous system. And when we can let that out, now all of a sudden, their bodies and their nervous system, their brains, they have this incredible new capacity to take on information, to take on and process the world around them at such a different level. And so I want to take that into what's coming up, in the next few weeks. Right? How do we start to help our kids transition better as we move into this next phase of ending summer and moving into the fall? Number one, first and foremost, if this is the first time you're being introduced to this concept, if you're not already a practice member at Experience Wellness, we have an amazing workshop coming up that we'd love for you to attend. It's completely free. It's on the 21st, so just in a couple weeks, and we'll put the link here in the information so that you can get registered. So number one is check that out so you can get a whole different understanding of what it is that we do. But aside from simply chiropractic, if you're already a patient in our office, I want to give you some really quick strategies to go, how do we transition better? And the number one thing that we've had success with our family and with kids in our household is that we start the transition a week earlier. Is that instead of going, okay, school starts tomorrow or the next change starts tomorrow, we're going to change bedtime, Sunday night. You got to get to bed earlier Sunday because you're waking up early on Monday. Start that transition an entire week earlier, right? So now go, okay, the entire week beforehand, that's going to give you 7 days to start to change their body's time clock, because we all know summer is, a little bit later nights, it's longer, more sunlight, it's later nights, it's maybe you're able to sleep in a little different, maybe our schedules are completely different and you're not as structured, and we really need to get back to that. So start to bring your structure back into play, at least a week earlier, so that now all of a sudden it's not such a major change, right? As much as we can limit the big shifts in transitions, as much as we can limit the big shift in what our kids have to adapt to, the better off we're going to be, the more success we're going to have. So remember that little piece of advice as you transition now through the end of summer, is start your transitions early so you can get that, you don't have such a big hurdle to overcome. Don't forget, we have a workshop coming up on the 21st, our parents workshop for sensory and focus issues with kids. We'd love to see you there. Please feel free to to share this video so that we can reach more and more people in our community, because ultimately we want to make sure that every kid in our community has an unbelievable transition back into school this year and has the best school year yet. So let us know how we can help you. If you have any questions, put them in the comments below. We can't wait to serve you guys. We can't wait to help you and your kids have the best year yet. Talk to you soon.